Shalom. Today we're going to talk about some of the small words which are easily confused one with another. This pair includes the word for king and the word for angel. You probably know that the word for king is pronounced melech in a noun form, and this is the root mem lamed kaf. The word for angel or messenger is pronounced malach, and it has a different root. The first kings that we see are in Genesis 14. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of Goyim, or king of nations. So there is a time where the pronunciation for the two words are close, and that is when the verb root is in the third person past singular, he ruled or he reigned, and that's pronounced malach. Just looking at Genesis 36:31, here are a few forms of the word melech. We'll look in Hebrew. Ve'ela ha-malachim. You see the word melech in there. Malachim is the masculine plural. And these are the kings. Asher malchu, who reigned. This is the third person plural past tense. They reigned. Be'eretz Edom, in the land of Edom. Lifnei, before. Mlach melech. Mlach is an infinitive form. We would consider in English to be maybe a gerund form, the reigning of, or the time of the reign of melech, a king. It's translated as a verb here in the King James, before there reigned. Before there was a reign of a king, Livnei Yisrael, for the children of Israel. Here's a form where it is directly in the third person masculine singular, he reigned. Ben Shloshim Shana, son of 30 years, or this is how age is expressed. David was 30 years old. Again, here's this infinitive form, B'malcho, at the time of his reign. Arba'im Shana, 40 years, Malach, he reigned. So this is where we have the proximity of the pronunciation of Malach, he reigned or he ruled, and malach, the angel or the messenger. We'll look at a few more related words with the same root. Of course, the word for queen comes from this root. 1 Kings 10:1. And when the queen, Malka of Sheba, heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of Jehovah, she came to prove him with hard questions. Here's another queen in Esther 5:3. Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Esther, Malka, and what is thy request? It shall be given thee to the half of the kingdom. There are two related words that mean kingdom. One is Malchut, 1 Kings 2:12. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly. In Daniel 2:1, and in the second year of the reign of the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Another word for kingdom with this same root is mamlacha. Sometimes a mem is a noun prefix. Genesis 10:10. And the beginning of his kingdom was Bavel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. There is another kind of kingdom that God speaks about in Exodus 19:6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. So that's kind of interesting. It's a kingdom, but it's a kingdom of priests. Now, the word for angel or messenger comes from a different root, which is lamed aleph chaf. This word is not ever used in a verb form. It's used in two different noun forms. We'll look at them. First, we have the word malach. So as I said before, sometimes the pronunciation can sound similar. If you have the word for he ruled, malach, you go directly from the lamed sound to the aleph sound and you say malach, malach. When you're talking about this angel or messenger, there is a stop between the lamed and the malach. That stop has a name in linguistics. It's called a glottal stop. And in English, every word that you begin with a vowel, you will automatically make that sound. You will make that glottal stop. If you say apple, apple, you're going to feel that little opening in your throat before the vowel actually comes out. That sound is not critical for us in English. It does not distinguish anything for us, but in many other languages, it is a distinguishing consonant, and it is used in Hebrew to distinguish the sound between malach and malach. In Genesis 16:7, and the angel of Jehovah found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur. So this is translated as angel, some kind of supernatural being. In Genesis 32:3, and Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And so these are natural human beings who are serving a position of bringing a message. Interestingly, the word in Greek, angelos, also is translated as angel, supernatural being, or messenger. Matthew 2:19, but when Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeareth in a dream to Joseph in Egypt. In Luke 7:24, and when the messengers of John were departed, these are natural human beings, they're bringing a message, he began to speak unto the people concerning John. What went ye out into the wilderness for to see? A reed shaken with the wind? The other word which comes from this root, lamed aleph chaf, is malacha, and this is translated as work. Genesis 2:2. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. Genesis 39:11. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business. And this is not the modern idiom for doing your business. Joseph was actually working, and there was none of the men of the house there within. This malacha is an important component of the commands for Shabbat and all the feast days. Exodus 20:10. But on the seventh day is the Sabbath of Jehovah thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. The definition of what exactly is malacha is crucial to understanding what is allowable during the feast days and what is not. And as you probably know, rabbinical Jews have a very long list of things that are considered to be malacha, which derives from that was required for constructing the Mishkan. But if we look at what does the Hebrew root mean, it's not just in a matter of expending energy. We see that all the angels have a specific message that they bring. A messenger brings a specific message. And we can look at it perhaps this way. One of the prophets is Malachi, which means my messenger. There is an English word which is depute. It's not used very much. We're more familiar with the form to deputize. When we're talking about deputizing somebody, we're giving them some authority to work on behalf of the sheriff's office or the police office. Depute just means to give a specific job or a specific task to someone. So we can consider the work that is forbidden on Shabbat to be work which is deputed to us. In other words, our job that we do, our career, where we go, where we are assigned the tasks that we do, we're deputed to do that job. We're not deputized, we're not going into the sheriff's department, we're deputed. And this is the meaning of malacha, that kind of work. So we can see that the two words have two different roots. Are they related in some way? Well, to find that out, you will have to see the story about salt. I'll put the link in the description box below. In the meantime, tasimita inayim al hashamayim. Keep your eyes on the sky, your redemption draweth nigh. Shalom.